Thank you very much for being here. This is a really big day for the organization. It's also a big day for Miguel and Emma and his family. Park rangers are not a common thing in police agencies across the state. As Miguel found going through the Parks Law Enforcement Academy, there's definitely park services out there, but they're full-on services. So back in like 2017, 2018, and a few of the years prior to that, our downtown corridor area, where we have our core business and we have a kind of a promenade overlooking the river, trail systems and all of that, we were experiencing a lot of decay and disorder, criminal activity. It's affecting businesses, it was affecting trail use, and it was really changing the quality and character of the community down there. Could this be an opportunity or an area to solve that by looking at bringing on a law enforcement park ranger? So that process was researched, it was vetted, it was proposed, and they accepted us to move forward. So we moved forward through a whole, review process for how do we bring on a law enforcement park ranger and what does that need to look like? We looked at programs with Snohomish County, we looked at programs with state park systems, and then we took all of the things from that and we made a program within our own. And one of the credits that Miguel brings here today is we didn't recruit him. Within his academy program up at PLEA, his performance that he demonstrated up there, he was suggested to us to look at. And I think it's a real tribute to what he's bringing to the office. So he came down, Lieutenant Mike Moore, Sergeant Mike Don, who both instructed up there, were very familiar with him and reinforced that same belief that he'd be a good fit for this agency. And he's gone through that really lengthy process and really lengthy through a number of different interviews and stands before us today. So today's ceremony is going to be broken up into two parts. The first part that we're going to do is what we call the oath to office. And in that process that's there, I'm going to have Mayor Boudreau come forward and she will swear him in as the park ranger for Mount Vernon Police Department. And then we're going to do the oath of honor after that, where he really swears to the oath of the values and the canons of ethics, to that of the profession and to the badge that he wears. And I'll do that ceremony second and separately. What Miguel really brings, I think, really rich to the type of service that we're doing is he spent a lot of the last few years in the restaurant industry. I think he's an amazing cook, it sounds like, and chef, but even more importantly, that relational experience with the customer and the customer experience. And throughout the process, he's done a number of analogies, back and forth about how he sees his work as a park ranger as it ties to what he's been doing in that service industry that's there. He lived at Harvard, the street, in Washington, D.C.
Okay, I have to use that.
Yeah, you can use it. It's all yours. Yeah. He spent time shoreline, and then he was back in Washington. Again, without further ado, I think I'll ask Mayor Boudreau to come forward.
Welcome to Emma and his family and mom and dad, hopefully watching. But it's in our discussions, it's not easy to change careers, and so we're just super proud that you and your wife worked together to figure out something and on the next step of your life, and that it landed you here in Mount Vernon. We think it's going to be an awesome fit. One thing we talked about too was just the idea of service, the idea of working in a government that has nothing to do with partisan politics, because it just doesn't. We focused on solving community problems, and the history of your work family is going to be just that, is addressing things to make the community a safer, a better place to be, and a better experience for everyone that's here. So part of your role is that, as Chief told the story, of that evolution of coming up with what is going to serve our community as a whole. So we're just thrilled to have you here, and now we'll make it official.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and raise your right hand.
Which right?
First test, got it? All right. And then I'll have you just repeat after me. So, okay. I, Miguel J. Brown.
I, Miguel J. Brown.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution and laws.
And the Constitution and laws.
Of the State of Washington.
Of the State of Washington.
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the City of Mount Vernon.
of the City of Mount Vernon.
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Park Ranger
of Park Ranger
according to law,
according to law,
to the best of my ability and understanding,
to the best of my ability and understanding,
in and for the City of Mount Vernon,
in and for the City of Mount Vernon,
State of Washington,
State of Washington,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations and welcome.
Now I'll ask Emma to come forward, and if you want to pin his badge,
Absolutely.
and feel free to stick it as hard as you
I was
want.
gonna say go for the sash.
You get hurt. Bet they didn't teach you this in law school, did they?
The second part of this ceremony is going to be the law enforcement oath of honor. And this is really more of a testament that Miguel makes to the department that he works with, but more importantly, the community he serves. That he will remember the oath of his office. He will remember the values and the canons of ethics that we swear to in this profession, that he will take out in the performances of his duty to the community. And you only have to look back over the last couple of years as far as what the law enforcement profession has faced from the community about places where they didn't feel that an agency was upholding those values and the reactions to that. Here in Skagit County, very pleased and proud to say that our community during that time supported us tremendously through that whole process. And I really believe the reason that was is because all of our staff here understand very clearly the mission, the values, the canons of ethics, and really what it is that we believe to serve the community here in the right way. So in this particular case, I'm going to have him make his oath to all of you rather than to me, because that's really who it is that we are serving at the end of the day. So I'm just going to have you raise your right hand. I'm going to read this to you. You don't have to repeat it after me, but at the end, I'll just ask you if you believe it. You can say, I will. So this is the law enforcement oath of honor, and it says, on my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve. If you believe in this oath, please state I will.
I will.
Thank you very much. And that oath of honor is right here on the back of our challenge coin, which I'm going to go ahead and provide to you. Thank you very much. Absolutely.
Thank you once again, and I really look forward to working with you and for you. Thank you.